The adrenaline dumps were, if I had to compare it to something, an upsurge of energy throughout your body. Like, the adrenaline would overexert itself to your body. Everyone has adrenaline. And it would be during these situations where it would come up in so much of a high amount of adrenaline, just drop it all at once on me. To the point where it was, my arms were like noodles, my body was like noodles. Like, I felt so weak to the point where I couldn't even do anything. And the thought of quitting was already in my mind. Once something didn't go my way, I would just quit. And that's a bad mindset to have. Let me continue. Junior year, we're in the practice room. All this, I'm getting bullied. Not actually bullied, but I'm not performing how I want to perform. Again, because I'm new. And I expected everything to just come to me. I see all the other people doing well. I'm like, why can't this happen to me? So, boom. I'm at home. I'm praying. I'm praying to God. I haven't done this often. I think I always said pray, but not often. But I was praying God for selfish reasons. I'd be praying to God, asking. I don't remember if I did this or not, but I'm pretty sure I prayed Him for a win or something, like around those lines. But I also remember this. I don't know if this happened sophomore year or freshman year. I did pray to God that He could deliver me from anxiety, overthinking, this depression. And after that prayer, nothing changed. Or from what I see, nothing changed. But over junior year, outside of wrestling, I'd be in class, same me, being nervous, being... It's funny to look back at this because lust, it really messes you up. I remember being sat down. The teacher sat me down with two girls to the point where I can't even make eye contact with that because lust messed me up this bad. That it, genuine, I'm not even joking. This might sound crazy to people, which it realistically shouldn't. It's so normalized that watching this stuff is good for you, and that it's normal for kids your age. It's not. I was so messed up in the head that I could not sit with the degenerate without not being able to make eye contact and my voice going like that. Now, I don't know when, but I knew I got in prayer. Like I said earlier about anxiety, anxiousness, overthinking, depression, things like this. I got in prayer. I expected God to heal it from me immediately. And over time, I'd say every time I got in class, it wasn't even like the old me. It was like, you know how a cicada, they shed and the new version of them come out and it erupts out of them? Or when a shrimp molts and then their new body comes out and it's stronger than it's soft immediately. It's soft, it's weak before they come out, and then it hardened and it's stronger than the last one. That's how it felt. It came to the point where things, after that prayer, things didn't get easier. They got harder. What do I mean by that? Because after that prayer, it was like a blindfold was taken from me to the point where I could see where I can improve. I could see the tests. I could see the tribulations. I could see what God was putting in front of me. I could see all these things that are good, that will come out in my favor. But I just have to battle these giants now. For he have little faith can move mountains. Can say this mountain, commanded to move. That's the verse that I always remember. I think it's Matthew 17:20. He who have little faith can say this mountain, move, and it will move from here to there. Now I had the little faith. And I saw these giants, I saw these problems in my life that looked way too big. And I started where I had to start, level 1. I'm starting level 1. And I got this level 1 grunt, I'm taking it out. This level 2 grunt, I'm taking it out. And what do I mean by these grunts? I mean, simple things in my life. The teacher tells me, who wants to do this problem? I raise my hand. I'm trying to get out of this anxiety. I don't want to be a slave, so I'm not going to be comfortable where I'm at. I decided, you know what? To be comfortable, I have to be uncomfortable. I have to be comfortable in the uncomfortable. So I raise my hand, I go up there and do it. What else did I do? I try to be more outgoing. Because I was tired of it. I didn't like it. I don't like being a slave to this stuff. So I'd be more outgoing. I'd be more doing things that would get me out of my comfort zone. And slowly and surely, these things came less and less out of my mind. Now, the lust still existed. And I want to go back to the rest of this, but what's happened to me during the time after these prayers? It's even far into my life. I want you guys to think about this. There's a cup, and it's being filled. It's being filled with all these other things. Your depression, your anxiety, your lust, and all those things. This is your cup, is your life. This is your life right here. And everything else on the ground is every aspect of your life. When this cup of anxiety, all this overthinking, depression flows into the cup and it overflows, it goes to the other aspects of your life. If you see what I mean there. This stuff won't just affect one aspect, it'll affect every aspect of your life. The good and the bad will affect every aspect of your life. This is so true. So boom. Around junior year, I'm in practice room, I'm getting absolutely destroyed. And the season's about to end. I didn't qualify for states, obviously. Also, I'm talking about JV, obviously. I'm not talking about varsity. I didn't qualify for JV states because I was like 1-19. I remember getting my first one, and it was such a weird confidence. It was, I was in the car saying, oh, I'm gonna be varsity. You see this? They didn't see this from me. I was so prideful in the car after getting a win. And I'm happy I went through that, because if I didn't go through that, who knows where I would have been. So boom, season ends. I have the choice of, do I want to quit or keep going? The road to quit. It sounds good, right? Like, some people be like, oh, do you want to do this? Some parents would be like, oh, do you want to do this or not? Because I'd understand if you didn't. Because, you know, I'm 1-19. I'm 1-19 on the season. Like, why? Like, most people might be like, oh, you suck, bro. You're not good, bro. Just quit, bro. There's nothing for you. Or you could say, let me see where this rabbit hole goes. I'm bad right now, but I could really only get better. So let's see where this rabbit hole goes. I might just go, who knows, 2-18. I might go 30-17. At least I'm getting better. It's my senior year, so who cares? So senior year, boom. I'm in the senior year. I'm taking my faith more seriously. I think around junior year, senior year, I noticed that this lust, I didn't want to be a slave to it anymore. I did not want to be a slave to it anymore. I'm noticing what it's doing to my life, truly. And I don't want to be a slave to it. All these adult says, I don't want to be a slave to it anymore. What did this lead me to do? It led me to do the obvious, what most people fall into. The streak thing, count your days that you didn't do it, blank and blank and blank and blah, 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 like that. Because I decided I don't want to do it anymore. But, yeah, I decided that. And let's just say, your own flesh, you cannot beat lust. You need to ask God to help you. That's in Corinthians. You have to flee from lust. On the other hand, I was trying to max Holloway. I'm pointing down at the mat at lust. And guess what? Every time I got knocked out. And that's pretty bad. I got knocked out every time I tried to fight lust alone. And the only way I got through it, well, I didn't really get through lust by that time. But I'll tell you this. The things that gave me the strength to get through it is I would be in prayer. I would be in prayer. I'm in my Bible more. I think about this. I was reading a chapter a day. Not a lot, chapter a day. And during this chapter a day, I'd be praying for God to help me with my lust so that I wouldn't have to fight this alone. And most of the time, regardless, I just try to fight it in London. So I can do it myself. Because most of these, what I'm going to say, these no fat, all this, no never things, they'll tell you to fight it on your own. None of them, most of them never say anything about God and the truth about lust. And that you can't fight it alone. You need the help from God. So boom. Junior year ended. Senior year starts. Now we're gonna go back to wrestling. Senior year started. We're in the practice room before the season really starts. For tournaments really come around. I worked over the summer. How did I mention this? I worked over the summer. In between junior to senior year. And the summer training was crazy. That's where I actually got broken. My friend broke me so much. He broke me so much, my partner. He broke me so much. And he has no idea how much this helped me. He broke me so much. Mentally and all this stuff, he broke me mentally. But he broke me in a way where I was forced to rebuild with something. And this is where I really just went into faith. I'd ask God why I was dealing with this stuff, why I feel like quitting, why I have this quitting mindset. And God put me through these trials and tribulations. He put me in these positions where I was forced to sink or swim. That's what happened over the entirety of the summer. It was me getting beat every day. Me, every day, 24/7. On my partner, 24/7. And only through going through the fire could you come out as good as gold. I had to go through the fire. In that fire, I didn't like it at all. I'd have adrenaline during practice, things don't go my way, I get bullied and I feel bad after. Then I come in prayer about it. And I go back, guess what? I feel the worst I did on Monday, I'll be back on Tuesday. I feel the worst I did on Tuesday, I'll be back on Wednesday. I kept going. Because even through all this failure, all this problems that came up, all these things that could hold me down if I let it, I said, you know what? At the end of the day, God knows, I know, that I'm getting better. Mentally and with wrestling. Wrestling just fixed my mental so much. God bless. God put wrestling in front of me for a reason. And by the time senior year, we started our season, I'm in the practice room. I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm like, what the heck? I'm better. Like, I'm way better now than I was before. Because I'm getting these takedowns. I'm getting these positions that, boom, the first tournament comes around. And I remember the first tournament came around because I technically wasn't really there. I had to do some tests. I thought I was going to miss it, but I came like last minute. Got there last minute after the test. Also, take your testing serious, because I kind of speed ran it to get to the tournament. Because I wanted it so bad. I wanted to see how much better I got so bad. The old me, he didn't want to wrestle. He didn't want to be put in these positions. Why? Because he already had he already knew the outcome. The truth is, none of us know the outcome. You have to turn the outcome to God. He knew the outcome. And if when you say you know the outcome, whether it be negative or good, it's more than likely not going to go in your favor. I said the outcome, and I always said I'm going to lose. I went to the mindset I'm going to lose before I enter this match. And I would lose. And like that one time I won. That told me I didn't know the outcome, but I didn't really dwell on that too long. So boom. First tournament, I came here pretty late. Coach gives me an exhibition against some heavyweight. I don't know, heavyweight, probably like just short and like 190. I was 165. So boom, I go in there. Cradle him. Pin him. I'm like, okay, first one on the season. How can we go from here? So boom, I think he gave me another exhibition. It was against some other kid. This kid is way better. And if I have the clip, I'll show it. I'll show the clips for all of these. So boom, that happens. I get a pin. I think the Big Mac, I looked into it, it's called the Big Mac. It's like, if I did that, no, I'll just show you the video. I'll just show you the video. So, after that, we went to the finals. The finals. I was supposed to close to that too. Now, this is where God will really test you. So we had the full lineup. The finals is us versus another team. The other team beat all the other teams. We're colliding finally at the end of the tournament. This was like a dual tournament. It wasn't individual. And my team, let's just say, we start at the lowest weight, and we're watching each low weight get destroyed by this team. Only by the time we get to midweight. I also wanted to dwell on this. Most coaches will say this. They'll say set the tone. What does set the tone mean? Set the tone is to be an example of what we came here for. When someone sets the tone, it boosts the morale of your team. Kind of how a king will raise his hand and be like, onward, onward, let's go, man. That boosts morale and gets them the drive to go forward. Or they'll say a speech before it. It boosts their morale. And our morale, I wouldn't lie, was at a low. It was only when we got to the midweights that the first one of us went up. He won, and it was dominant. And that just lit a fire under our butts. We were like, okay, we gotta go. We gotta go. First match goes right. I have my headphones on. I'm watching the match on the side, walking, pacing back and forth, heart kind of racing. I'm looking at that mat. I'm like, dang, I'm gonna have to go soon. Watching all these people go through, and they're like burning through this team. All of a sudden, we got to the midweights, we're unstoppable. And I'm like, yeesh, I'm gonna have to do something too. I'm gonna have to get through this too. I'm just pacing and walking, and they call me up. Coach talks to me like, you got this, we gotta get this win. Set the tone, smack my back, I'm in there. I'm like, I'm looking around, and weirdly enough, that feeling of anxiousness, that feeling of, how do I say it, the adrenaline dump feeling. So before I get into this third match, I want to talk about 3 minds. There's a survival mind. No, there's a adrenaline dump mind. This is the quitter mind. There's the survival mind, and there's the relaxed mind. During my first year of wrestling, I'd say I had the anxiety, the quitter mind. The mind that just wants it to be over with. They just want to lose and just get it done. Because they don't believe they're worthy of winning, and they don't think they can win. The survival mind is the mind that is in the middle of these two. It's not relaxed. It doesn't do what it wants to do. It'll do what it takes to survive. It's not... It thinks better than the mind that is... The critter mind has so much oversurge of thoughts that it can't think correctly. And I was in this fellow mind. Yeah, it's just that I'll do what it takes to get through this. I'm not going to quit, but I'm not relaxed either. I can't think properly. So, boom. The final match comes. I'm looking. I'm like, okay. We got to make something happen. And I have nothing... I had literally nothing in my brain that told me I couldn't. I literally had no thoughts that I couldn't do this. There was complete silence. Match starts, shake the hand. We're tying up, things like this. And for the first time, I was in the relaxed mind. I was thinking before I was doing anything. I was shooting, I was getting these takedowns and stuff. There wasn't a thought in my mind that I doubted anything. I just trusted in what's in front of me. I basically surrendered the outcome. I didn't say I'm going to win. I didn't say I was going to lose. I just trusted the process. That if I win, I win. If I lose, I lose. I can't control this. Only God knows the outcome. So we continue from this. I ended up winning, I think, 19-4 or 2, something like that. I don't remember if I got a tech or not. I got a tech. So boom, we won. I'm getting the fan in the back. My friend goes up next. I watch him, of course. My partner. I watch him, of course. And he gets to get out of there immediately. So, boom. Zoom a bit longer. we'll go back into what I was talking about. Lust. Lust is so powerful. Oh my gosh. Lust is so powerful when you have the wrong, when you try to battle yourself. It's the most powerful thing. You'll feel like you can never beat it. That's so true. Now, lust was so powerful over me that, also, I don't want to act like I just fell into lust like freshman year. No, I had this for around, I guess, freshman year. So 13 to all the way to 18 about. So I was watching it like early on. I was watching like 3-4 times a day. It was terrible. Like every week. Every day of the week. So let me continue what I was talking about. About lust. I'd be praying for it to stop, but I wouldn't, in a way that I would resist. I'm not a slave to it. I feel like anyone's a slave if they don't have any intentions of resisting it or wanting to escape, and they just allow it to happen because they feel they don't have any problem with it. They're okay with it happening. It's good to them. And I was tired of being a slave to it. That's what I feel is the difference between being someone lukewarm to sin. Someone who wants to escape lust and someone who doesn't. The person who doesn't want to escape lust, he's going to be like, okay, this is cool. I'm okay with it. It's normal. I'm just going to go through it. They fall into the normal trap. And the truth is, that is the wide gate. That is the wide path. The narrow path for the people who notice that this is not good for me. And they come to God about it. And they ask God to help them flee from lust. Now, let's talk about it. During this time, me resisting, I fell into lust. I fell into it often. I would go a few days without doing it. And I want you to know, so I'm saying a few days. I would count the days before I was done doing it. And this is bad. Those who keep streaks of their lust, that's bad. That's really bad. Now let me explain why. I went over this. God bless. He put this on my heart. Those who count the days, the weeks, the months, the years that they don't fall in lust, what are they inadvertently doing? They're keeping the thought of lust on their mind because they're thinking of not falling into it. So you're never really escaping lust. You tricked yourself into thinking you might be escaping, but you're not. The thought is always on your mind, whether you like it or not, because you're constantly thinking about not falling into it. Every time you think of that streak, oh, it's another day into a streak that I didn't fall into, blank. Oh, I'm 7 weeks I didn't fall into. Like, lust is still on your mind. Only around, I'll just zoom forward now, and then I'll go back into wrestling. So senior year, around now, I'll just go into now. And I noticed that, to the point where I heard somebody say you have to be dumb or be like childlike to not fall in lust, and that's so true. You have to have the thought of lust that enters your head and be so dumb to the point of that you don't even know what it means. Like, you don't even really care about it. You're like, lust goes in your mind, you're like, and then you do something else. Now, a way to escape lust, for starters, before you get to that phase, is really easy. You have to consider this. Where's the enemy coming from? The enemy comes when you feel comfortable. Close that door. You're in a closed room. You feel free to do whatever you want. Like, no one's watching you. No one's there. You're comfortable. You're in that dark room. You can just do whatever you want. So the way to combat this, I'd say, and is the way, and the Lord put on my heart is, ask yourself this question. What I do to God to sit next to me? What I do if my parents were sitting next to me? The answer is no, which it should be. It should be no. Is, I'm going to go around these people, because I know, excuse my voice, I found congested. I'm not sick or anything, but I'm going to be around these people when this temptation comes. This temptation is going to be at a high, but when I go around these people, it'll gradually go down until it's none. So I'm going to go around these people when the thought of lust comes. I'm going to go around these people, and lust will flee from me. It'll flee from you because you wouldn't do it in front of him. You wouldn't do it if God was in front of you. You see where I'm going with this? That's a way to flee from lust. And God is giving you this opportunity to flee from lust. He'll never give you no way out. He'll never give you no way out. You always have a way out. You might convince yourself there's no way out, but there's always a way out. Through man, things are possible. Through God, nothing's impossible. That's so true. Now, I say this as someone who, I still struggle with lust. The only difference is I know how to combat it now with God. I know how to combat it now with God. I'm not free from it. Like, the thoughts don't come. But I have the choice to either flee from it or stay in it and try to fight my own battle and fall into pride. So we'll go back to senior year wrestling. I'm just going to go to states. I kind of want to skip past it. Not much happens. So by senior year, we have states coming around the corner. I'm with my friend. And oh my, I feel like God gifted me this guy so much. My partner, our wrestling partner. I was sick. All these things happened to me. So easy to be like, oh, I'll just quit. Oh, I don't want to do this. Oh, my thumb was jammed. I remember my thumb, it got jammed so bad that I couldn't even push it down like this. And someone was sick. Someone didn't want to wear a mask or something. Not a mask, but they just did not want to stay home. Before that, I remember we had some other tournament. Almost leaked it. We had some other tournament. I didn't go because I was so sick and I was so bedridden. I was bedridden. My entire lower body, it hurt. Like, it hurt constantly, consistently. It hurt. My mom taking care of me. I had the humidifier on my bed at bedside, flowing my air into me, over my nasal, and my body was just in pain consistently. And then I came back from that. I was supposed to go to some duo and I didn't go, and my backup had to go for me. Thank you to him. And I couldn't go to that. I was missing a bit of the season. I missed like most of the season. I only did like 3 or 4 duels. And after the tournament, we're at the tournament now. Well, we're at practice before the tournament. I'm working with my friend. He's noticing me slacking. He's like, what's up with you? What's up with you? Why are you doing this? Why are you slacking like this? And you know what he did? Instead of letting me off the hook and letting me rest and be okay with me slacking, he pushed me harder that day. Like, I mean, he pushed me harder. Knees bleeding on the floor, things like this. He pushed me harder. Now, these takedowns are coming way more ferociously now. And I had the choice of, do I defend this? Do I allow myself to quit? Or do I just keep fighting to the end? And I had to keep fighting to the end. Because at this point, the thought of quitting in my mind, not here, in my mind, it was out. I came so far that to the point of, why even look back? Why even look back? So, through all that pain, all that struggle, we come to the tournament, we're warming up, I feel sick, I feel all these things, but I don't say a thing. Because I knew. Not that I didn't think I was going to win or anything or lose or anything. But I looked at what's in front of me and I said, you know what? Whatever happens, not even that, I'll be honest. I was nervous for the tournament. Everyone's nervous. Being nervous is good. Regarding like big events like this. Because it's just you getting prepared. Now you understand what's in front of you. My first match is against someone I beat already. My second match, I was looking at the school. It was pretty bad. I was wrestling the school, not the person. What does that mean? It means I'm looking at what they are, not who they are. Well, what I saw was a really good school on their singlet, a really good school on their singlet that I just mentally broke on myself, and I ended up getting pinned. But one thing about going through those experiences, once you get up, I was on the cons bracket. When I got on that cons bracket, I don't like that I had to feel it then, but I have nothing to lose mindset. And I just went and boom, 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 and I just kept going. I ran through the cons bracket. I won my first cons match. I won my first round match too, but that was then in the second round. I lost. So I won my first cons match. By this time I have to battle for third. Because I won 2 matches. So I won my first cons match. It was... I really didn't have anything. That's like hard saying this. I literally had nothing to lose. So I just went for it. And you need that nothing to lose mindset in everything. I have nothing to lose. Except Jesus. When you have Jesus, you have really nothing to lose. Except him, you just can't lose Jesus. So as soon as I'm in there, I'm just going through these people. I'm pinning them. My second match, I was so free that I'm talking to my friend mid cradle, me pinning this other kid I'm going against. Nothing against him, but that's how free I was. That I could just talk to someone that if this happened like a match, my heart would be racing, all this stuff. I'd be like, okay, and I'm going through it. But no, I was at peace. And my third, after that, I had to wrestle for third. I lost that 4-2, but and only third place, first to third gets a medal. And during that, I was just like, okay. Look what I did, though. I have to look at what I did. Look where I came. The old me, where would he have went? He probably would have lost round 1 and would have got 2 lost and got out. So I'm like, dang. Hey, I didn't win a medal, but look how far I came. And obviously, I look at that belt now. By then, I was like, what the heck? I didn't lose a medal. I wish I did this. I wish I did that. I had all these regrets. But I took wrestling too serious in the man scheme of things. And when it was finally gone, my senior year graduated, I kind of had my journey all over wrestling. That wrestling was the only thing that mattered. I want to do other things like jiu-jitsu and stuff. Did some jiu-jitsu tournaments. Got in the finals before I got in. A few medals. Did like 3 jiu-jitsu tournaments. I'm probably going to do another soon, if God willing. But we zoom back in it now. My life is much different. Much, much different. The old me is gone. The me who would... I had some really big problems with... This is also really big. I had problems with being disrespectful to my brother, being disrespectful to my parents. It was strange how disrespectful I was to my brother because he would do so much for me. And I remember my dad, he confronted me with this. He's like, why do you treat your brother like this? You know how much he does for you when you're not around, when you're here? And I knew this. And I remember going in prayer. One day, I came back from CC Community College, and I was like, God, I don't think I can escape this sin. But if, I'm still going to pray to you, because if anyone can do it, you can. And I was so convinced of myself that I said, I don't think I can escape that. I think I'm just a negative person to my brother. I don't think I can escape. This is my normal. And that's how the enemy will trick you. He'll make you think it's your normal. He'll convince you that what's happening right now can't be changed, that it can't be fixed. But God will be the one who will fix it for you in your life. So after that prayer, it was gradual. Not that gradual. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got delivered. Because it changed really fast. I'd say within 2 days. I stopped being so negative to my brother, showing so much hatred to him for no reason. I don't know why I was being so hateful to him. And that's the reason I don't know why. And when that I don't know why comes, that's where the enemy will just grab that I don't know why and give you a reason. That you be like, okay.